Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, a new news sort of video. I've done one of these ages ago before, before Wave 2 had come out, just to tell everyone that, you know, Wave 2 had or is coming out and that, and what figures were coming out and what I thought of them. This is Wave 3. Wave 3 is only 4 figures, which isn't a lot, which I think is a lot more manageable for myself. They're still retailed at $6.99, and that packaging is obviously considerably changed. I absolutely hate the new packaging. I mean, I don't mind the Doctor Who logo, the kind of thing they've got going on there, and the Wave 3 logo and the TARDIS. It's just the plastic bubble actually just looks like it's been crushed, like there. It all just looks like it's been crushed, and like there's not enough space for the figures, which looks absolutely stupid. And that the colour scheme's fine and stuff. So this is Wave 3. Obviously the one here I'm showing you is the classic Genesis of Dalek, which is which is in 3.75 inch scale, which is really stupid to me. My mum was saying that, you know, it's probably a cunning ploy from character to make people rebuy all the older figures, like, you know, the David Tennant figures and stuff like that, which we've already got in 5 inch, which is really stupid because I thought the whole point of the new ones was so that they'd appeal to younger kids, and that who are more Matt Smith sort of era kind of kids, and who mainly like that tenure, and obviously I don't know, just like that tenure and stuff, I don't know, but yeah, it's just rather irritating. I might get them, I might not, and if I do get them, I will be reviewing them. I feel so bad about the fact that I haven't got round to finishing Wave 2 yet. It's just that on Character Options website, they are still saying that Dalek with sensory arm, Clara Wave 2 figure, and Peter Capaldi in 11th Doctor's costume, or 12th Doctor Regenerated, is still all out of stock. So I'm thinking about saving up my money and buying them off eBay, because they are still out of stock, which is ridiculous because I've been wanting them for ages now. I don't really want the Clara. I do actually want the other two figures though. Next we have another Dalek from Asylum of the Daleks, apparently, which I hadn't actually realised. I guess that explains why it's so weathered and that. We've already seen a lot of the gold and bronze Daleks from 3.75 inch Wave. We've seen the one with the claw arm, the one with and just a standard one, and another, and that we've actually probably got a lot of Daleks from the 3.75 inch Wave. That's probably the easiest for them to shrink down into that and still get right. But yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of seeing the Daleks in little miniature figures and that, but yeah, and as well, being miniature, the plunger and the exterminator guns seem to always get lost a lot easier, even more so with the bigger figures. Like the eye stalks usually come off the 5 inch ones a lot in my sort of boxes that I have my figures in. I don't have all my figures in boxes, obviously, as you know. I've got them in shelves, but I've got a lot of the other ones in boxes, and that. But obviously it's even worse when you got the little diddy figures and the eye stalks and the plungers or the claw arms are missing places and stuff, and it's so annoying because then it makes it a pain to try and find them and that. And so yeah, I really do wish they'd just stop making them for 3.75. Here we have the first sort of previous sort of figure towards older than, say, Matt Smith tenure, obviously David Tennant. I guess he appeals to younger fans as well, which would make sense, but I still don't get why they're making Genesis of the Dalek, because, you know, the main demographic and audience of these figures are kids, and kids won't have seen, you know, Genesis of the Daleks. Their parents might have, but they probably won't have. and that. Even though saying that, when I'd watched School Reunion, that opened my eyes to classic Who and kind of made me, actually realise, wow, there was actually other companions previous to Rose Tyler. Even though, looking back on that now, I was such a noob back then, and that. But yeah, I was only like 11 when I got into classic Who, so but obviously back. Or 11 or 12, I think I was. But obviously these figures are aimed at 6, 8, 7, and 6, 7, and 8-year-olds maybe, and that. So yeah, the red base plate as well, which I think is the tackiest one. It'd probably go blue, silver, and then red, yeah, in order of which ones I think are best. Amy Pond, but in Dalek Asylum clothing, which I don't mind, but I would definitely have preferred in 5-inch, hands down. I absolutely hate the idea of getting this figure in 5-inch. Well, I don't absolutely hate it, I'm annoyed that it's in 5-inch. And if you're wondering what this thing is, it's apparently a Dalek patrol ship and pilot, apparently, whatever the hell that is. It's those drones that fly around in Time of the Doctor, Day of the Doctor and stuff. But what I've been wondering is if is this creative licensing, because there's a Dalek inside that. Does that actually mean that there is in the actual show, like that Dalek's piloting it? There's obviously probably a play feature that you can press a button on the side, which is actually there where you can shoot this plastic thing. I hate it when figures have, deluxe kind of figures or playsets or whatever have those sort of features. It just makes them gimmicky. Someone on the Doctor Who group on Facebook did make the point that these are definitely more aimed at kids rather than collectors, and that. But it does look well designed, at least. It doesn't look tacky and really, badly painted or like that. Yeah, because look, firing cannon and that. But yeah, even though I had an idea that it was that, but I wasn't sure, so I had to ask on the forum and that, because it absolutely doesn't look anything like it. If that was just a normal Dalek eye stalk and it was black, and that more black they are in the actual show. And also, I'm really wanting Moffat to actually acknowledge them and say what they are, because my mum actually asked an interesting question. Is there like a Dalek pilot inside of it? Or is it actually like a Dalek, but just like a flying version, like a mutated version? Does it actually have the Dalek mutant inside those drones or not? He just doesn't, he hasn't said anything about them. He's created them, randomly put them in Day of the Doctor. Right at the beginning, the drones, those things that fly out of the Dalek ship and shoot that Gallifreyan guy who's on that turret, right at the beginning, those drones, are they Dalek manned? Are they mutants? What? This might just be creative licensing from character, that they're, saying, oh, this Dalek does control it, even if they don't in the show, which it could be the case. This is definitely rather expensive, 20 quid for this, which is ridiculous. I think, but I don't know. You'll find out whether or not I get it, if I review it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe.